as soon as this is ready for you guys, they're just setting up because yeah, we just got notified that Orange did indeed have that internet issue. It was pretty unfortunate. I would have loved to see Orange advance a bit further and actually play the last game out, but what can you do? He is still gonna finish fourth place, a pretty good accomplishment. Also, as coming from the qualifier bracket even, right? So that is a lot of still a lot of win there. So
Yeah.
that was pretty. Yeah.
Always sad to see someone lose, but someone's got to lose and someone's got to win. And now, time to repeat that. Someone has got to lose and someone has got to win. And this one's going to be Lifecoach versus Dethelor. I'm going to agree with you on this one. You said that you think Dethelor has an advantage. And I actually think he has a pretty distinct advantage. And I think most of it's coming just in the form of him having a Hunter deck that's just going to be purely aggro that is either very likely to draw a coup or just very likely to punish him for not being prepared for it.
Yeah, maybe we'll see. Of course, I think Dethelor's first three classes in this screen right now are all very very aggressive. So yeah, a different playstyle. Maybe he's gonna get rewarded. Maybe it is actually the Warlock is also very aggressive in the sense that it combos you at the end with a lot of damage, right? So
Yeah.
I think I'm actually most impressed by Dethelor's deck choices throughout this whole tournament.
Just playing for the win and playing very heavily for the win.
Not playing for the win is they're just playing for, his style kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. Just big bursty combos. Get them.
Get him indeed. So yeah, we'll just have to wait for the game. We literally have analyzed this matchup over and over. So yeah, we just have to wait for the game to start to actually give you guys more commentary, really.
Really, the one thing I don't know also is how these two Warlock decks line up. It's just between the Giants as a win condition and between Arcane Golem and Power Overwhelming as a win condition. It's like it's really going to go either way and for very different reasons.
That's true. And I mean, that deck also runs double silence, right? So like, even if you have taunts, they're just gonna like pacify you and then just do the combo next turn. It's really hard to give your creatures a taunt again, especially if playing like something like druids or whatnot, right? If they lost the taunt, then it's lost forever. It's not gonna come back.
Very different than the other side of the coin. You do have to worry about giants. So like turn 4 giant can just end the game.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, oh, I don't have a big game hunter for it, so I'm dead. Did it.
Well, I mean, back in just before GVG came out in Axe, that how strong because like there's not a lot of responses to like a turn 4 giant, right? That Handlock was just like they just grab wins from everywhere. And now because Dr. Boom is so powerful that everybody includes a copy of BGH, it inadvertently nerfed Handlock.
A little bit, yeah. I mean, one of the bigger things that was holding back Handlock before too was just Hunter's Mark being a 2 of in every single deck, and that deck also having to be the best deck. Game 1 is underway though. It's going to be Mech Mage versus Handlock. No coup used for either player.
Oh man.
Like Clockwork Gnome, Mech Warper, Spider Tank, and Tinker Tab Technician for Dethelor. And Molten Giant, Twilight Drake, 2 Defenders of Argus and Hellfire for Lifecoach.
But yeah, well, it's great that the game has started. So yeah, once again, thank you viewers so much for your patience. And we are going to see some exciting games, I believe. But of course, we have to remind you that, of course, that is Lifecoach playing and not Orange. We're going to fix up the UIs for you as soon as we can do that. But just know that is Lifecoach, all right? We're going to tap here. And yeah, Dethelor is just going to put on more pressure for now.
You know, he didn't use his coin on turn 1 to get this Mech Warper and the Clockwork Gnome in play, and I was a little bit surprised by that. Because had he just coined Mech Warper and gone the Clockwork Gnome, he could have potentially had turn 2 Spider Tank.
That's true, but then of course the answer to that is a Dark Bomb, and playing a Clockwork Gnome into a Warlock's turn 2 is, I think it's really really good because they can't Mortal Coil it because they're gonna skip over with Life Tap. So I'm actually okay with that. I'm not too pissed off that he didn't just coin out the Mech Warper.
Emergency Coolant's a really good pickup in this matchup too.
Yeah, definitely. But Life Coach does pick up one of the answers to that card, which is the owl. And actually, it is gonna be important, I believe, going down the road. Life Coach, of course, taking his time. I'm pretty sure he's gonna tap here. Otherwise, it's just gonna be a little bit awkward. I mean, are you really going to owl something like that? Templar standing. I thought he was standing out to stretch out, and why not?
He just goes and gets a cup of tea, comes back.
Mm-hmm.
Has a few bites of dinner.
Dinner is pretty good. Well,
yeah, Gul'dan, you think there's so many possibilities. There's actually only two.
Right. Wait, is Life Coach really thinking? I hope he's just thinking here. I mean, he has his thinking face on. All right.
Life tap it is.
Yep. After 90 seconds of careful analysis of the board position and over its possible place. Besides,
oh gosh, I love it.
Definitely,
I just
the
love
most
it.
optimal play at this turn 3. Now, once again, we do need to change the overlay. The top is not orange; it is Dethelor. So hopefully, get that changed and be right with it.
6 points of damage crashing across the board, and Life Coach. This is a really tough turn for him because Hellfire is no good right now. So he's just gonna snap down this Twilight Drake. Wow, that was a very quick turn, given the context of the other ones. But I imagine this emergency coolant's gonna be getting burned here.
Really? Okay, so do you just go face here, ignore everything because you have the fireball in your hand?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh,
I don't know.
man.
Maybe you take him down to like 1 instead. No, you probably want to take him to like 2 if you could. So you can't take him to, or I'm sorry, to 12 instead. So like Mech Warper, Snow Chugger, and then Emergency
Coolant.
And then attack for 6. It looks like.
For 6? Attack for 8. 9, right? Yeah, just go in. YOLO it.
YOLO. I mean, that's fine too, yeah.
Yeah. Well, here's a Molten Giant and here's an Argus. So, that's how much health? That's 19 health worth of taunts. So I mean, this is what orange cheese. Does Dethelor actually have 19 health worth of damage?
I mean, this is one of the reasons why I think putting him at 12 is okay. Is because then he's forced to taunt up just the Twilight Drake.
Right. Alright,
and now
so
at this point...
What if you sacrifice the Clockwork Gnome on the Giant and get a reversing switch?
Well, I think that's pretty much one of your only outs right now. In terms of just directly ending the game this turn.
Is it? Yeah, I guess you have to pay at the price when you're greedy. Do you get rewarded for greed?
That was a Finicky Cloak Field instead.
Wow, imagine if the Finicky Cloak Field can be used on your opponent's creatures. Wouldn't the bat be the most busted card ever?
You just stealth your opponent's creature and attack through.
Yeah, just like a mini silence, right?
I think that's why it doesn't do that.
Of course not. That would be sick. That would be just brutal. Yeah, I guess Dethelor does get a little bit punished by this. I'm pretty sure the Chugga is gonna find a target here, just to limit Lifecoach's plays. Probably. Okay, there you go. And the Yeti's gonna come down here. Does he hold back on this Clockwork Gnome?
I don't think he should be. I don't see any reason to. I think he's just playing everything here. If anything, I would probably Cloak Field on my Mechanical Yeti.
Oh, that's interesting. But hey, unfortunately for Lifecoach, if he does use Hellfire to clear the board, he's dead. So that is not a good option. Oh man,
I'm gonna have to find another game plan. 2 potential cog parts here too.
That's true. So I think you just start with the Mortal Coil, right? I mean, you're gonna play the Belcher anyways. If you find a Molten Giant, you can taunt that up instead. So yeah, I think Coil is really good here.
Yeah, it's really tough to figure out exactly what you would want to draw off coil that changes your plays too.
Mm-hmm.
Or
And of
anything you
course,
draw off life tap. I don't see life tapping.
yeah, and Dethelor obviously doesn't have the Dormu that pops up for Sneasel Shredder. That would be terrible for Lifecoach. We saw that happen before the King Win tournament. Oh man. Man, was that something. Alright, here is when Lifecoach can act. Because it's the rope. Alright, here's the thing, and Lothar.
Oh, Lothep's not a bad pickup, but I think he
Not
needs
a
an extra
bad
taunt
pickup, but
tap.
not now. Yeah, maybe later. Does analyze that Sludge Belcher is definitely the player.
Oh, and Frostbolt gets picked up, and Dethelor is going to win game 1 on the back of his sheer aggression. 9 points of damage over the taunts, and just like that, Lifecoach is going to drop game 1. Wow. I was sitting here trying to figure out exactly how these attacks work and what's the best way to do them, but you know what? The attack that works best is just 9 to the dome when they're at 9. Pass the taunts. I don't even need minions for this. Let's just get it over with and go just like a band-aid, just right off. And now they're on to game 2. Wow, what a top deck.
That